Hey guys, Billy Sticker here. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the different options you have when you go to publish your book. We're going to talk about traditional publishing, and then we're going to talk about self-publishing. And I'd like to take some time to kind of tell you my opinion on these two. There's a lot of places you can go online, a lot of people you can talk to. They're going to have differing opinions on how you should go about approaching your book, but I think it all comes down to one thing. What is your purpose for writing your book? All right? Let's talk about traditional publishing. Now, traditional publishing is whenever you're actually going to go out and you've got your idea for your book. You probably haven't written your book yet, but you got the main idea, maybe a couple of chapters done, and you're going to go and try to land a literary agent who is then going to, that agent is in turn going to try to sell that book to a big publishing company. The publishing company then goes through, hire somebody to work with you to finish your book, to edit your book, and then they help you market that book. They typically pay you some kind of a royalty up front. And it's a long process, but you really don't have to come out of pocket any money up front. Going traditional publishing, they cover all the expenses for editing, for marketing, for design, for distribution. They handle everything for you. As a matter of fact, on your if you do go this way and you're able to get an agent and then get published through a traditional publishing company, you're actually going to typically get the royalties from this. Now, the way that works is, let's say that your book is, sells for $20. Well, you're probably only going to make $2 to $3 per book that sells. The rest of it's going to go to the company for marketing and all the different things we already talked about. But since they're handling everything and they buy your book, they're going to do everything they can to sell, to sell your book, and they want to see that book be successful because they've paid you and they're spending all the money to market it and things like that. So this is the way a lot of people, when they think of writing a book, this is what they traditionally think of. Now, you cannot go to the traditional publishing company yourself 95% of the time. If you send your information to the publishing company, or you send a manuscript to them and it's unsolicited, it's going to go in what they call a slush pile, and chances are they're never even going to look at it. But they are going to take the recommendations of agents, literary agents, that they already have a relationship with. Okay? If your desire is to go through a traditional publishing company, your first goal is to find a literary agent who works with your type of books and the publishing companies that you're going to want to reach. Now, if you don't go traditional, you can self-publish the book. There are several different options here, and later on I'm going to do another video. We'll talk about different self-publishing options. But in general, self-publishing, one of the cons is it costs you money. You don't have a big publishing company that's going to carry that expense. You're going to have to take care of all that yourself. Also, self-publishing, you're going to have to get it edited. You're going to have to get it designed. But some benefits here is it's very, very inexpensive. It's inexpensive per book for you. In other words, if you have a $20 book up here, you're only making a couple of dollars per book. Down here, if you self-publish, you can actually have a book that sells for $20 but only costs you $2 to $3. So when you sell that book, you're making a lot more money down here. Okay? Going through a traditional publishing company, typically it's going to take about a year to 18 months from the time you contact the publishing company, they sign an agreement with you, before you're going to see that book out in the market. Self-publishing, I've actually done one of my books in 3 weeks and got it listed on Amazon in 3 weeks from the time I started to the time I was on Amazon. So this way is a lot faster, but you do have to come out of pocket some doing it that way. So my style, okay, is I teach a lot of self-publishing. There's nothing at all wrong with this, but typically I'm going to teach more on self-publishing for a couple of main reasons. One, it's very simple. You can do it very, very fast, and I found ways to do it very, very inexpensively. okay, and still get a great quality book, just the same as what you would get through a traditional publishing company. But my goal in publishing my books has been, well, not all of them, but in a couple of them, has been to set myself up as an authority in that market. You know, one of my books was Profit Practice 2.0. As a matter of fact, here's a couple of my books right here. The Profit Practice 2.0, this is a marketing guide for chiropractors to grow their practice. Well, when I wrote that book, my desire was to get it out there, have it something that's going to be beneficial to chiropractors. I'm going to market to myself. I'm not going to go and try to get a traditional publishing company that's going to, want to publish that to reach all the chiropractors. I just wanted to do that to myself, and I wanted to set me as an authority in that field. I was able to do that whenever I published this book, and then go on and get some articles written in some chiropractic trade journals and things like that. All right. So it was able to set me up as an authority. I could do it really, really fast. The book sells for $39. It cost me less than $3 to print. So you can see the margins there. I make a lot of money whenever these sell, but also I can give these away for free. When you're looking at just a cost of, actually this one cost me $2.22 to print. It's a fancy business card. I can send these out for free, just like you would a brochure. I deal with a lot of chiropractors, teaching chiropractors how to write books to market their practice, to set themselves up as an authority over their competition down the street. And one of the things that chiropractors do is they do a lot of trade shows, health fairs, things like that in the community. Well, if you're out in the community and you give away a book, or you're out in the community and you give away a business card, sits in the back of somebody's car for a couple of weeks, and they go through, clean out their car, what are they going to do with the business card? Typically, they're just going to throw it away. Are they going to throw away a book? Most of the time not. Books don't get thrown away. They keep books, they put them on their shelves, but also, for a chiropractor, for example, they can use a book that they write for referrals, to educate their patients, to educate their prospects and things like that. So a lot of what I teach is going to be on self-publishing, to get yourself out there, to set yourself apart as an authority, to get a really nice, fancy business card that you can hand out, that's going to help you grow your practice, your speaking career, whatever it is that your desires are. That's the main stuff that I teach, and quick little take on traditional publishing versus self-publishing. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, stick around, sign up for the email list, and we'll be sure to get you more information. Thanks.